So I came late, came down front with my girlfriend. Our seats were right here at the front, right by the stage. So we were sitting here. The stage was here. So he's just quiet. He just keeps staring at me. So I'm waiting on him to make me a part of the show so we can get on with the show. So he stayed quiet so long staring at me. Now everybody in the club is looking at me. And so he finally realized, okay, I got to say something. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to marry her.
As you can see in this video, they claim that, Steve Harvey claims that, and Marjorie confirms that the first time he saw Marjorie was in his show, and she walked in the as she walked into the show, he saw her. He said, whoa, who is this woman? I don't know where she comes from, I don't know her, but I'm going to marry her. How can you marry someone that you've just seen for a few minutes? How? This goes contrary to what Steve Harvey usually preaches, because there have been so many instances where young ladies, serious women who are in a serious relationship, come to his show and ask him that, hey, see, I just met this guy, we've been dating for like 3 months, and this guy is like going into the serious zone, and he's doing as if he wants us to take the relationship to the next level, and maybe he wants to marry me. And they ask like, how long is it okay to date a guy before getting married? And Steve Harvey said, use the 90 days rule. The 90 days rule. And you met a woman, a lady, for the first day in your show, and you said, I don't know her, but I'm going to marry her. This is another point that goes to show that Steve Harvey cannot practice what he preaches. He cannot just practice what he preaches, And later on, we found out that Steve Harvey met Marjorie Harvey on that day, right? We don't know if this story is true, but I believe the story is a lie. It's like a cooked up story between the two of them. Because the day that Marjorie went to Steve Harvey's show, Steve Harvey was still married to his wife, Mary Lee Harvey. He was still married to her because Mary Lee Harvey has had a series of videos on YouTube, coming on YouTube to expose Steve Harvey. She claims that Steve Harvey cheated on her with Marjorie Harvey. So Marjorie Harvey knew that Steve Harvey was married, but she wanted Steve Harvey, not for love, but for Steve Harvey's money. She was chasing the bag. Follow these guys. She was having an affair with Steve Harvey's bodyguard by that time, before even meeting Steve Harvey. So she came to the show, she dumped the bodyguard, and she moved on to Steve Harvey. But then Steve Harvey was still married to his wife, Mary Lee Harvey. So we don't know, she used the power of the side chick and she snatched Steve Harvey from Mary Lee Harvey. I'm using snatch here because it's just a sarcasm, just for fun. I'm using it. I know a woman cannot snatch a man from his woman. A man that is snatched is a man who wants to be snatched, and in this case Steve Harvey wanted to be snatched. So he went and hurriedly divorced his wife Mary Lee Harvey, and he moved on to be with Marjorie Harvey. And they didn't date for a long time. They just dated for a very short time, and he got married to Marjorie Harvey. And the worst thing he did was to adopt her 3 kids straight off. And after adopting the kids, she started treating her like a queen. I don't know if this treating her like a queen was just for show, because Steve Harvey was doing relationship advice and he wanted to be that perfect example. Maybe it was a marketing strategy, but if it was a marketing strategy, they should have been doing this. They should have, we shouldn't be getting these rumors that we are getting now, because it shouldn't be that Marjorie cheated on Steve Harvey. I don't know, guys. Maybe this is their original arrangement, and maybe Marjorie gave Steve Harvey a condition that if you want me to play your game like the perfect wife by your side, like the perfect blended family, you have to adopt my 3 kids and give them the Harvey name, because the Harvey name is a brand. Steve Harvey is a big guy, he's popular, he is worth the bag, and that's what Marjorie Harvey is after. So This is just my speculations. This is just speculations, guys. It's speculations. But that could be the case, that they had a deal, and Marjorie had to play the role of a perfect girlfriend, a perfect wife, take care of herself, and always be available for Steve Harvey to make the show, because that's what was attracting everyone towards them. You know, they had a perfect relationship. They looked healthy. They looked beautiful. Marjorie always looked young, sassy, classy, clean, beautiful, and Steve Harvey looked sleek, snatched, and kempt. So they were a perfect match made in heaven.